what's going on everyone? Simpsons Man here, and today we got a pretty special opening. This box contains some never before made Simpsons prototypes. Stick around, we're gonna check out what's inside this box. This is going to be a live opening. I've never opened it up, and I've been waiting for this box now for weeks, so stay tuned. So we're back and we're gonna go ahead and open up this box. Like I mentioned, this is a live opening. I've never seen these items except for just on the auction site, and I've never actually held them. I haven't opened up this box yet. I've been waiting for weeks to open this up. So we're gonna open this up right now and check it out. Before I do open this up, I wanna tell you about the site that I got it from. So online, there's a site called Taurus Auctions, and they have auctions from all sorts of like 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and present day memorabilia. It could be Spider-Man cards, Pokemon items, Ninja Turtle toys, wrestling toys, and Simpsons toys. So they had a huge lot this time of Simpsons toys. I was lucky enough to bid and win on 2 different Dan D items back from the early 90s that were never made. These were just prototypes of similar ones that were made, but with like different sayings or different clothing. They never actually made it to the market, so getting these items was insanely awesome for me to add to my collection. So there's 2 companies from back in the day called Jakks Pacific and Dan D International. And if you remember, a lot of the older Simpsons toys were made by both of these companies. Luckily enough, the vice president of sales from both Jakks Pacific and Dan D International got rid of a lot of Simpsons items from their own personal collection from the 90s. We're talking about prototypes that have never seen the light of day 20, 30 plus years ago, probably sitting in a closet in a box, and they decided to get Taurus Auctions to auction all these off for them, and luckily enough, I did win a few of them. You are going to see a few different Simpsons collectors that I follow, that they're my really good friends. They're gonna be posting some stuff too, because they actually bought a few of these items as well. And when I'm talking about these auctions, some of these items went for like $1,400, $1,500, $1,600 just for one Simpsons figure or one Simpsons plush that was obviously never made. It was a prototype sample. And yeah, I just didn't have the money to drop that much money, but I did spend a few $100s. I am gonna be just completely open with you guys. And I did get 2 of these items, but this is kind of boring, just kind of watching me talk about this with a box in front of me this whole time. Let's go ahead and open this up, because like I said, I've never opened this up before, and I'm dying to see what's inside. I went ahead and got my little trusty kitchen knife. I'm gonna go ahead and open up both sides of this box. Being very careful. Like I said, these are a few different prototypes or prototype samples that were made, and I'm not exactly sure why, you know, maybe they weren't popular enough or anything like that to actually make it onto the line. One of these, I'm actually pretty positive I know why, because it has the word moron in it, and well, you'll see here in a second. But yeah, so like I said, first time me opening it. Here I'm gonna get closer so you can see on the camera. Taurus Auctions is the name of the company, and you can visit them at taurusauctions.com. Here's a little information, little postcard for updates, and also they do have other auctions. So I think in about a month or 2 they're gonna be doing like a exclusive sports memorabilia one. So it's not just Simpsons toys. This was just kind of a really lucky thing. They're gonna have baseball cards, signed baseball cards, and signed baseball bats and balls, like all sorts of different items. So in every couple months they do different themes. This one, luckily enough, was like toys, because they had like a ton of Pokemon, wrestling toys, just robots, like just tin cars or die-cast metal cars, and luckily enough, Simpsons items. So I'm not gonna show you all this information. You know, obviously it has just my personal information on there, but this is just a receipt of what I did pay. And like I said, I'm gonna be pretty open about this, because I'm usually never like really open about spending this and that, but it was a lot of money to me. To some collectors, obviously this is like just nickel and dime, like this is nothing, but for me, like It's very hard to me to get like all these really expensive items because I'm not like super rich or anything. So yes, one of the items that I did get was $190. And the other item that I got was $55. I got lucky and got one for $55, and you'll see why it's a loss. It's a smaller toy. And this actually comes from Peter Joseph, and I'm actually going to read this to you right now. I'm trying to see if, I think both of these actually say the same thing. It has a signature on there and everything else, and it says, I, Peter Joseph, affirm that the accompanied Simpson toys are an original prototype made by Dandy International. I was employed by Dandy International from 1989 to 1995, where I served as a senior vice president of sales and marketing. This toy was never placed into distribution. I have sold my entire collection of original prototypes to Taurus Auctions, which is insane. Obviously, it's kind of a bummer too for that guy, but man, he probably just didn't care at this point. If he worked for Dandy, I couldn't imagine how many other items he has that he just did not sell. It does say he sold his entire collection, but let's be honest, there's probably some that he did keep for himself. And yeah, so I got one of these, I got two of these, they're the exact same things. It's got a signature on there. It's just kind of cool to have. It's almost like a certificate of authenticity, which it pretty much is, just showing that, hey, he is the one that sold Taurus Auctions the items, and then I bid them on there, and you know, we had a bid, and it was crazy. It was bidding wars and everything. There was a couple other items that I wish I could have bought, and now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of wish I would have paid a little bit more. But man, sometimes some of these started at like $50 and ended at like $1,400. And then some of the other ones, you know, not every single one was like that. Some was like $300, $400. Like I said, one of the ones I got was $290, and I got very lucky on that because I bid last second, and I was like kind of like wondering if I was going to win or not, and then I did win it. So we are going to, and they have these insanely wrapped up because, like I said, these are prototypes, never, wow, okay, this is pretty big. So I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna open up the smaller of the two first. This one, I mean, what was it? Was it $55? I just wanna make sure I'm saying the correct thing here. Yeah, so this one was $55. It's a 5-inch Maggie Simpson from Dandy International. And I love the way, I mean, you can kind of see the packing peanuts. And you know me, if you watch any of my videos, I'm always like, I'll start a YouTube channel on how I can critique shipping, because my biggest pet peeve is getting something like this and then them just throwing it in a box with no bubble wrap, no nothing. They just put a little piece of paper or tissue paper in there and expect it to be perfect. These are prototypes. No one else has this in the entire world, which is insane. And I'm so glad they did wrap this the way they did, because if not, you know, spending a lot of money, I would have been very irritated, especially some of the other big ballers, Simpsons collectors, because they dropped a few grand on some of these items. But so here it is right here, and what I'll have to do, and I'm gonna get closer on camera so you can see this, because I'm not too familiar with this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you right now. Comes from the Dandy line. We have Maggie Simpson. And I'm assuming why this was a sample is because of this, I guess you would call it a purple, maybe little jumper that she has on. And here is actually, on the back, they're all stamped with the word sample. So it says sample 0818 or 08J8 maybe -3 international, has the address, phone number, or the fax number and everything from back in the day. This is 1989 we're talking about. And it's stamped with the sample on there. And here you go. Here is Maggie Simpson. I'm definitely gonna be putting this on my wall in my Simpsons room. It's not in like, you know, there's a little crease here, a little crease here, but like you said, these have been sitting possibly in a closet in an attic for years and years and years, and 20, 30 years now, and the guy decided to get rid of his whole collection. And this is, out of all the items I have, this is my first prototype I've ever purchased. This is a one of one. No one else has this right here, so it's actually pretty cool to be able to say that I own that. No one else in the world has this. I know I've said that many times, but for me, it's pretty exciting because as a collector, you like to get cool little things like that, and this is definitely cool. So what I was saying before is I'll have to kind of look at this and do a little bit of research, and maybe I'll put the original right here when I do like the edit and everything. But a lot of times, and I know it's the case with the other one, is the reason this is a sample is because there's something different about this one that maybe the other ones had. So they might have done like a full production line of this same exact one, but Maggie is not in this purple one-piece jumper that she has. It's going to be the blue one that she has on the picture. So that's what I'm assuming is the case. Like I said, I'm gonna put the picture here. If that's the case or not, I'll put an X through it or no, or just have a thumbs up saying yes, that is. So we have the first one right here. Maybe I'll put it, let's see, I'll just put it, no, I'm just gonna put it off to the side. The next one is actually a Lisa Simpson that I already own, but this is the sample version, so it's a little bit different variant that I do not own, and that's why I wanted to get it, so I can have them side by side showing this is the one that went into production, and this is the one that is a sample that has never seen the light of day, and I am going to open that one next. Gotta love packing peanuts because the second you pull one thing out, they just go all over the place. Funny enough, when I ship items like myself, I don't use packing peanuts just for that reason alone, but they're one of the best things to ship with because of how it's just very safe to ship like that. But the fact is, I'm gonna shake this because I know if I don't, packing peanuts are gonna be all over my kitchen and they're just gonna be a very big pain in the ass to clean up. So before I open this, and this is the Lisa Simpson I was just talking about, I'm just gonna kind of blindly stick my hand in here like I'm a little kid, not knowing if there's anything else in here because you never know. Even like with my own orders that I sell on my website, a lot of times people will go to throw away their packing box and they're like, oh man, I didn't even realize there was a little sticker packet or print packet, because I always include like extras with all my orders. So, you know, just want to make sure that there's nothing weird. Now, this is a different site. This is straight an auction site, so I wouldn't expect anything, but you never know. Sometimes, especially probably with some of those, some of the other guys that bought a bunch more of the items, they spent 2 or 3 grand. Who knows? They might have thrown in a little extra something, or hey, on your next Taurus Auctions, here's a discount. I have no clue. But I'm gonna put this off to the side, or just down there, and I'm gonna carefully open this. I'm kind of glad they did wrap these the way they did. Look, I mean, there's just like literally like extra, there's literally extra bubble wrap on the tops and everything because they know, this is obviously not going to be somebody that just has like a brand new Simpsons collection. This is, you know, I would say almost like a die-hard Simpsons collectors, so they know the whole collector's world. Plus, they're an auction site, so they know like the value of keeping these items like super mint and in really, really good condition. So, as I'm poking a knife at it, I'm saying that, but just trying to get this tape off because it's in a weird spot, and there we go. Yeah. You gotta be very careful with it, and I'm like stabbing it and like breaking it and everything, so you gotta be real careful with it. Give me 1 second here. I think I might be able to slide it out, but I do. Oh man, I'm kind of I'm not like nervous, but I am kind of nervous a little bit because I don't want to bend, because you know, like it even says there's small little imperfections. Even on this one, there's like a little bend and a crease, and I want to make sure that I don't do any more damage if there is already a little bit, because I'm expecting there to be a little bit. These are probably sat in a box or something, and you know, being folded up against other items, and man, I am gonna have to go to the old knife again to. I'm just trying to poke a little bit. That didn't work. Maybe I'll speed this up on the video. I always say that, but I never do, but usually right after I say that, I open it. So there we go. Maybe I'll just say that from now on, and it'll help me open it better without breaking it. So we have, come on, another, oh no. The worst thing that could happen. Tape. Oh, okay, it didn't get on. Okay, good. Whew. Tape is just on Maggie. It's not on, man, that would be such a bummer if tape got on this and it just ripped it off. So I'm just gonna say it's already, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna get this and just put it out of here because that'd be the worst thing to happen is a piece of tape get on there and it just get completely ruined. So, here we go. We have, and you've seen this one before because I have this in my collection. I don't think I've actually posted about it, but I'm gonna be posting it now. All right, so this is the Lisa Simpson sample prototype, and this one, the reason why this is different, let me get closer because I'm feel like I'm so far away, and you know, you guys don't have to see me. I want you to see this. I want you to see this dandy Lisa Simpson. You may be watching this at home or at, you know, at work or something. You might say, I've seen that before. Hey, I actually have that one. Well, you don't. Just joking, but you don't have this one because the reason why this one is different is because of this. It says, what a moron. And of course, it's gonna be kind of hard to show you this. Here we go. There is the sample tag, DA0853 Dandy International. We have the sample tag on there, and we have the Lisa Simpson toy. So, I have this one already. I'm going to have it shown maybe in a picture or something. I don't have it right now. It's actually in the attic because if you know, I don't have a full Simpsons room anymore. I have a Simpsons closet, which is, you know, it's a pretty decent sized closet to walk in room. But if you've seen the videos, you've seen my room collection tours and stuff like that. But I'm gonna put these side by side just so like that I can always explain to people that this one and the other one, you know, like the difference between them. The reason why this one is a sample is because this says, what a moron, and it's literally a piece of paper almost feels like it's stuck on there because it has, you know what, the beads on her neck are a piece of paper, or feels like it at least. I'm pretty sure like the beads on her neck are part of the final toy. I have to kind of look at that real quick. I'll put the toy up right here, the one I actually have in my collection. But they decided to go without the what a moron part and not have this part on there at all. So it's just this as you see it, minus the little speech bubble that she has. I think that's the only difference that mine and this one has. It's the same color. It has like little sticks on here so you can stick them on a window. A lot of time in the 90s, early 90s, you'd have Garfield, you'd have Simpsons, you'd have them kind of stuck on the windows in the cars. And if you're old enough to remember that, which I do remember other people having those, they'd always have them hang in there and all those sayings that they would have from like Garfield. And I saw Simpsons ones too, but we're talking about 20 years ago or so who knows? You guys may or may not remember that at all. But yeah, here it is. It's awesome. Like the fact that this is a sample, and I just noticed something else, and I'll have to kind of reference to my other one too, so I'm not sure about that. Let me get right here. It says Lisa Simpson, and it says stick on. Hold on, let me get that. And yeah, it says the word stick on right there, and it's actually like a piece of like, it looks like it's something that's stuck on there. It's like a sticker. You could probably, yeah, you could tell through the video right there. So I wonder if you peel that off, if it doesn't say anything. And I'm kind of curious to see if mine that I have actually says that too. Like if the one that actually made it to production, I'm wondering if it does say stick on, because it looks just like this, by me, not Bart, but it does not have the what a moron. So maybe the what a moron part was kind of maybe a little too edgy or just a little bit too much, because the Simpsons were kind of much like back in the day too. I wasn't allowed to watch the Simpsons. I grew up in like a crazy Christian household, and I wasn't allowed to watch it because my parents thought it was bad. And it kind of was, I guess, if you're a kid. Nowadays it's different or whatever, but if you're a 8-year-old and you're hearing Bart Simpson saying the word hell and damn it and stuff, you can understand why some parents would not allow you to watch that. So I'm assuming that maybe the what a moron part, maybe they just didn't like them to, you know, they didn't want to have that for a sister to a brother kind of thing. So she just, you know, they just decided to take it off there. That's just my speculation. I would assume that's the right thing, but who knows? But this is awesome. I'm so glad that I did find out about this. I had a couple people messaging me about the Taurus Auction website. I checked them out, they were legit, and they do this like every few months. So they're probably not gonna have a crazy Simpsons drop like this, probably ever again, but they, you know, if someone wants to throw out their whole entire auction, like someone like me or someone, they'll put it on there to sell, they'll get their cut, and then obviously the rest of it will go to the seller. But I'm very glad that I did find them, because I was able to get 2 one-of-a-kind sample Simpsons items, which I thought it would be kind of cool to get both of these because we have the sisters now. So I'm going to be able to put these on my wall as well as my other ones, because to be honest, like Dan D, I wouldn't say they're some of my favorite items. They are probably top 5 of the Simpsons collection favorite items for sure, because just how simple, how the colors are super vibrant and they just pop out. And these are awesome. Like I said, I wish I would have spent a little bit more money on some of the other higher ticketed items. I just didn't have the budget for it, but it is what it is. I can't complain. I got 2 awesome items from them. I'll go ahead and give you another look real quick. before we end the video. We got the Maggie Simpson wearing the purple dress, and like I said, I'm assuming that's the difference of this. Once I find this out on the internet, I'll let you know, because I'm almost positive, and actually I can go ahead and say I'm 100%, I'll say 99.9% positive. I have this, but Maggie wearing blue, but not carded. It's just outside of the card. It looks very similar to the Burger King toy one, so I might be confusing it with that, but I guess I'll find out soon enough. And then we have the Lisa Simpson Dandy toy, and she has the "what a moron" little sticker on there that didn't make it to the final production stage. So until next time, guys, thank you again for watching another one of my videos, rant and rave about Simpsons items, Simpsons collections, Simpsons toys, reviews, literally anything Simpsons. This is the channel that you want to tune into when you want to find out. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for checking out another one of my videos, and see ya!